Hello, this is Anatole. Welcome to my review of the OA Season 2, Episode 2, titled Treasure Island. And I thought what was interesting about this episode was the way the two different bloodlines appear to be merging. So first we had the investigation by the detective, and it seems like that is drawing us closer towards Prairie and the storyline with Prairie and him, those matching together. One key thing that his investigation brought was that in order to find the person, the scientist who made up the dream experiment, he had to use subterfuge and order a book for her. And the title of that book, the idea of that book, I think is important for the development of the theme. The title of that book was The Parable of the Sower, a science fiction book by Octavia Butler. And the idea of the sower is someone in Christianity, someone who is spreading the gospel everywhere, and that seed will not plant in most places, but it will in a few places. So as long as you are proselytizing with enough people, you will hit the one person who will be receptive for that idea. Now let's carry that towards the scheme of the show. And in this episode, we saw that Hap took the person we saw in episode 1, who had played the game and jumped out of the building. Hap kind of did a weird experiment with him and removed his seed. And it appears as if these experiments that they're doing are to find people who are susceptible towards other realities, have some sort of connection or sensitivity towards them. And my guess is that the title of an earlier episode, which was Forking Paths, which came from the Jorge Luis Borges story, The Garden of Forking Paths, I think we're going to get a literal garden. The Hap is growing a garden that in some way will act as a portal to another dimension. And then the story with Prairie, we had another interesting sort of genre shift in that we had almost a Crazy House parody. And the scene where the girl tries to communicate with Prairie, the plans that Hap is doing, and she can't speak, she can only pantomime, that was almost a copy of the scene from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where, I can't remember the character's name, played by Jack Nicholson in the movie, McMurtry. Nurse Hatchet would not allow him to watch the World Series, so he began to narrate this imaginary World Series game. And by finding his way around control, which was Nurse Hatchet, he became even more of a threat. By using his imagination, he became even more of a threat. And we got that in that Hap became threatened when they, being Prairie and her group, were able to escape his control and conspire without his knowledge, because everything they do, he wants to steal for his own devious purposes. So that was pretty much my summary of the episode, and I'm excited for episode 3, and it appears as though the two plot lines will be merging fairly soon. If not this episode, then maybe the episode after that. Well, that's it for now. I hope you're doing well. Take care, and see you next time.